Okay, ignore the crappy mic. Just getting some things sorted out. Okay, let's get a little bit of ambient music. Just a little bit. If you can even hear that. Um, okay. Is that gonna show up on stream? Yep. Alright. Cool. Sorta had to rush this, but no biggie. Oh, let me make sure Twitch is working too. Okay, Twitch version works too. Oh wait, I got everything working first try. Music is probably at an okay volume. I'll turn up slightly. There, that's fine. Um, okay. Only one camera here, so you're just gonna be looking at the parts the entire time. Okay. Wonder, is the music just too low on? Don't think so. Guess I just can't hear the music on my end. Oh well. I don't really mind too much. Don't need it. But let's get to building. Suppose that's the whole point of the stream, so. I'm using the horrible mic because it's the only wireless mic I own. So ignore that, but should be fine for today. Okay, yeah, I'll get... Alright. So I guess I should start showcasing the parts. Let's get sat down here. Ignore the table, it's old. Alright, to start, we got the CPU. That being the Ryzen 5 5500. Let me see if I can get that. Is that in frame? I'm trying to like angle it up here. Too far, but you got it. 6-core, 12-thread CPU. Got it for a decent deal off Newegg, so... Oh yeah, forewarning. This is a technically all brand new PC. Some of the parts I got on eBay, but they were open box, so that does not matter. And one of them is our RAM. We got this Oloy or YOLO, however you want to say it, RAM. 16 gigs, CL16 3200, pretty standard for AM4. Make sure it's in camera. Has RGB on it too, so not a bad deal on that one. Got it for like 30 bucks. Could have been better, but you know. Let me move this up a little bit. I have like one view for the camera that isn't delayed, so let's go to the motherboard next, which is this. We've got the Gigabyte B550M Gaming X Wi-Fi. This was actually a bundle with that CPU with the Ryzen 5. So I got each of these for like 70 bucks. If you do the math out, if you divide it out. So I think that's a really good deal. CPU is about the same as you get like brand new by itself, but then you get a huge discount on the motherboard, so I will take that over some crappy B 450 or something like that. Okay, next up, we've got the SSD. I think this is a pretty standard SSD you see every now and then. It's the Clev Cras C910, 1 terabyte. It's a Gen 4 drive, but I think the 5500 does not run at Gen 4, so it'll just run in Gen 3. But hey, I don't really care. Okay. So we got CPU, motherboard, RAM, and an SSD introduced. Next up, I think I got let me grab it. Okay, there was a chat window. That works better. Alright, we got... Let's see, what's next? Oh, cooler. Why not? I am just using a standard, get that out of the way, AMD stock cooler that I painted white today. I think it turned out alright. Probably could have been a little bit better, but you know what? It looks fine to me, so I think this is pretty good. Let's see. Actually, I kind of want that plastic back. There's thermal paste on this. I don't want to smudge it on something. There we go. I can just chill there. We'll do GPU last. I think we should do power supply next, which is conveniently sitting right on my desk. We've got another pretty standard budget PSU, the Apevia Prestige 600 watt, but I got it. Open the box if I can. Wait, there's another tab at the bottom. We got it in white. Ooh, fancy, right? Because we are doing an all-white build, if I didn't say that, which I don't think I did. It's in the title. It's good enough. I think it looks decent. It's fully... well, it's non-mod, but... oh well. That's the power cable. Let me actually get this thing out the box so I can have more space. Move stuff later. But no sleeve cables, which might make it easier for cable management later on. But I think this will look good in the build. It'll match up. And it's a C tier on the tier list, so good enough for me. I don't got any complaints about that. And last but not least, was that it? Well, okay, before the case, I guess I'm doing last, but the GPU. We'll do GPU next. Which I managed to get in all white somehow. It is this. It is a Soyo brand RTX 2060 Super. Woohoo. I got it for like, what, 150, I think? Just about. But this is an open box 2060 Super, so pretty weird to find. It is kind of one of those AliExpress GPUs, but who cares? It looks nice. As long as it performs good, who really cares? Let's put that over here. Then it's going to be kind of difficult to show the case, but if I can, I could try to just move the camera to the floor. That'll make it easier. Let's see. Let me just, oh, okay, don't fall. I have a really sketch system right now for this camera, so I'm just going to move it slowly. Good enough. We got right here. It is the Montech X5M. Has that carbon fiber at the bottom over here. I think this actually looks really nice for a case, for an all-white case. It's micro RTX. It has 4 pre-installed fans. But most importantly, it was like $50 on Amazon. Which was like too good of a deal to pass up on. Let's move the camera back. Okay. Cameras move back. I think. There we go. Okay. I think that was everything. Yeah. Let's get building and hope that everything here works. Because I have not tested anything. We're just gonna run with it though. Hope everything works. Alright. Motherboard. Let's get this opened up. That is the Wi-Fi antenna, looks like. Yep. Don't need that right now. Let's get this board out. Anything else I need in here? I don't think so. SATA cable. That's for keeps. But no, nothing else. Where does this bag open up from? Right here. Gotta slowly peel off this tape. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Pull this out the bag. If I can. There we go. That's a decent looking board. Alright. There we go. Let's get this in frame if I can. I think that's decently in frame. It's good enough at least. Oh wait, this board has the toolless SSD. I've never actually seen that on a board. Cool. Alright, let's open up that socket. Right, CPU time. Woohoo. Make sure these pins are good. Here, check the pins for me. See? They look pretty good to me. They should be, it's brand new. Okay, where's the arrow on here? Arrow's that way. It's that way. Line it up. Drop it in. Make sure all those pins are in there. And press down. And look at that. CPU's installed. Easy as that. Okay, next up, RAM. Is this a dual one? Yep. Not just one clip. Got two. Move that clamshell out. Don't need it anymore. Let's open up this RAM case. Okay, that plastic just shattered, whatever. No big deal. Okay, now this RAM does look pretty brand new, actually. This is a really high-profile design, though. Tallest RAM I've seen. Okay, line it up. Okay, that's the wrong way. What are we doing here? Let's see here. Okay, are we in the slot? Yep. Press down. Okay. That's RAM stick 1. I got the one open on that one. Should go the other same way in the other one. Yep. We're lined up. And press down. There we go. Got it to click. Should be completely in there. Okay. CPU and RAM is installed. Next, I guess we should get the cooler. Am I speedrunning this? I hope not. I got the tallest screwdriver in the world for these things. Gotta get these little bridges off because AMD's stock cooler doesn't use their own bridges. Come on the boards. There we go. I should be using my electric one for this because it's smaller, but I don't feel like getting the bits out. I'll use it later. Okay. Get around the camera for one. Sorry about this. Kind of got to get in the face of the camera here. Got a real makeshift way of getting this camera set up, so bear with me here. Okay, got those off. Let's get the cooler. Oh, another thing. I also rotated the cooler, so now the logo part is at the top, which I think does look a lot better, like a lot of people think. So let's line this guy up. There we go. And screw this in. We're going to use the tall screwdriver again. In a cross pattern, because, well, here comes the AMD screws of death over here. Come on, line this guy up. Okay. Okay, let's get the wire out of the way. Okay, and the last one. Then we can do this all over again till we're maxed out here. Okay, that's one. That's two. That's three. And that's four. Alright, cooler's installed. All I gotta do is plug it in. So let's just plug it into the CPU fan. Plug that in. Tuck that cable down. And we're good. There we go. Cooler's installed. Look at that. Next up is the SSD. So how does this work here? I actually don't know how this pinout works. I might actually have to get the manual out. I'm used to just there being an SSD screw. Okay, okay. Okay, I just gotta tear this. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is the SSD that comes with its heatsink detached. I am gonna use that heatsink though, because this motherboard doesn't come with one. So, here. If I get this thing out of its box. Got the SSD right here, and we got the heat spreader. I think this will match pretty good in the white build. So let's put that on real quick. Peel this little cover off. There we go. And try to line this up as best as I can. Try not to look at it too hard, but there we go. Looks okay. Let's see how this pin works. I just pull the pin or what? I'm guessing I just pull, but I am going to get the manual out real quick though. Just because. Okay. I can just move the innards of the box away. There we go. Okay, board is back. Let me check the manual here. I actually have to look at the manual because I don't want to break something on here. Is it on the other side? I think so. SSD. Alright, my headset just bugged out real quick there. Got it fixed though. That manual was the most useless thing I've ever seen. It was generic. It didn't it didn't show me anything. So, looks like we are on our own. It doesn't look like it's like anything crazy. I think it's actually just yeah, okay, it is just a pull out the pin and then twist away, put the SSD in. Okay. Then we just pin this back in. And that's it. That's all we do. I think that's it. Okay. Okay, let me move some of these away and get bridges and all that stuff can go over here. Okay, next. That is all the motherboard prep I need to do actually, so we're gonna move this and we're gonna start with the case, I guess. Which this is where it's gonna get kind of interesting because I don't think that I can show really on the camera the case. This might be interesting. Let's see. I'm gonna attempt to rotate the camera. trying my hardest to get this attached. Forgive my hands. Okay, it might be a little crooked, but it might have a little thing at the bottom here, but that should work. If I can bring it out here. Okay, that's about as far as I can bring it. Let me get the case up here. Let's see. How bad is it? You can see the whole panel. Okay, let me bring it up and back a little bit. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Well, this is fun, huh? Look, I have another build upcoming at some point. That one I will definitely have a better camera setup for. But this one, yeah, no. I got nothing. Let's see this cable management in here. You know what? That's not bad. I do have to get all this stuff out of here, though. Which is annoying. Okay, this actually might be more of a mess than what I thought. Okay. Get that twist tie out of here. Okay, let's split. Come on. Come on, don't. No. Separate all this stuff. Okay, yeah, this is a mess. Okay, what is that? It's front panel, I think? Oh, it doesn't come on a block. No. Oh, no, wait. Yeah. This is... Yeah, that's front panel. That is also connected to a fan. That is all the fans plus the RGB, which is SATA. So, I'm going to have to plug that one in. We got all the front I/O right here that I'm going to have to plug in. That seems to be everything. I'll try and fix that up a little bit. And we got all the extra stuff. Not too many zip ties installed in here, or included. Bunch of screws though, which I will take. Okay, let's get the power supply. Let me unwrap this from its bubble wrap. I never did that. Okay, I'm just ripping the bubble wrap, whatever. Okay. This isn't the most confidence-inspiring power supply. I'm joking. It's fine. Okay, let's see here. Let's get these cables out of the way. Make sure the fan is facing down, like always. And make sure there's nothing blocking it back here. Yeah, no, it's nothing. And we turn this around to install it. Okay. Let me grab that bag of screws that I just so conveniently threw out and away. Okay. Here we go. Or, you know, that power supply came with its own screws. Let's see if I kept them. These look like PCIe screws. I'm not using these. The case came with power supply screws. I'm just going to use the cases. Here, let me bill some out here. That's motherboard screws. That's a power supply screw. That's a power supply screw. That's a power supply screw. And nope, that's not one. That's a power supply screw. There we go. We got 4. This is where I will get the electric screwdriver out. We'll use this bit probably. Let me check. I think so, yeah. Or let me compare it to another one. Compare it to this one. This one might be a little bit better. This one's a little bit better. Okay. Okay. Let's see, are these screw points lined up? Oh, I forgot to turn my screwdriver on. Oops. I'm like blocking the camera here. I'll try and move it away a little bit. Can't really see anything, but I can't really see these points. I gotta get in here. Okay, this screwdriver has like no power on it. Whatever. Okay. Got 2 screws in, so should be able to get the rest of this in now. Let me get the rest of this screwed in. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Power supply installed. Okay. So now that we got that, let's try and sort some of these cables out here. Try and move this back a little bit. That is PCIe. Okay, these are a tangled mess here. This is... Yep, that's PCIe. This is SATA here. Yep, seems like a lot of SATA. Fully mod power supply. Okay, so we got... You say SATA, we got... What is this? CPU? Oh, this comes with 2 CPU power. Wow. Who would have thought? Also comes with 2 PCIe, in case you need 4 8-pins for some reason. And that's the 20+4. Okay. So let's see where I want to route this. I guess I can do that once I get the motherboard installed, but... Okay, let me get the side panel off, which is toolless. Cool. Is this... Oh, it slides out too? What is this panel? Oh yeah, it's like slides out and it goes in. That's a little strange, but okay. I thought it would just be like a pull off. Okay, let me check the standoffs here. So we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's check. So 1, 2, 3. Looks like I got all of them in there. Okay, yeah, I definitely got all of them in there. Let's lay the case down gently so we can install that board. Oh, that's one thing I want to fix. That fan route is horrible. Let me fix that before I go any further. Or is there even a better route for it? Wow. No, there just straight up isn't. Okay, never mind. We're not fixing that. There's nowhere to fix it to. Well, here we go, I guess. Installing the board. Okay, let's see. Are we lined up with the I/O? Let's make sure all of my standoffs are lined up. They are. Okay. Time to start screwing in the motherboard. Which I can bring the camera back for that, but well, maybe. Give me a second. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I need to move that up a little bit more, but that is doable. I think. Okay, I can move it up just a smidge. Okay. Then I can do that. Good enough. Okay. That's what I got. Get the screwdriver back. And let's start screwing in this board. This is actually a pretty easy build to put together, it seems like. Okay. This is a nice case because there's adequate room in the back here, or the top here, to screw everything in. Something I like about this case. There's room. Oh, there's a little hidden one in. Didn't even see that one. This case came filled out with all the standoffs anyway, so. Okay. Let's get this one at the bottom here. Never mind, the screw fell. Like the one non-magnetic screw or something. Okay, how many more? 1, 2. Looks like I need one more. Yeah. I don't think that's a screw-in point. No, it's not. Okay. That is the motherboard installed. Which means I'm putting the camera back to how it was so I can route this, unless you want to see me try to route all these cables like this. Which I can do, I just have to move them first. No, let's just... Okay. Okay, that's as best I can do. Let's bring this case back up. Try to get these cables routed. Okay. So, let's see how we want to do this. So I can open this one. First off. The fans. I want to separate this as much as I... Which means removing this, I think. Sending it back through here, and then plugging it back in. Okay, that kind of splits it a little bit. Good enough, I guess. This is front I/O, so we're going to leave that off to the side here with the fans. This is, yeah, front panel, which I'm going to keep in the zip ties here. I'm going to route it underneath this. There we go. This zip tie keeps closing itself. Okay. Those will stay locked away. Just have them down there. Now the power supply stuff. Let's get all the essentials of what we need. 20+4 is already pretty away. I think I just want to route through this one. Yeah. Okay, so the front panel and this go into this Velcro over here. These fans will stay away. Okay, next we got everything else. Where do I want the GPU to route? GPU power to route from? Probably this lower cutout here. So I don't really need to route that through anything per se. And I only need one 8-pin, so I'll just send one of these through over here, just completely to get it out of the way. And then I can do the extra routing later. This is another PCIe. That one stays in the back. This is a SATA, which I will need. And then the rest... Where's the CPU? Is this CPU? Yes, this is CPU. Route this on the other side. Route this underneath this. There we go. And then we're gonna... Are there any zip tie points on the back here? There aren't really any zip tie points here. There's some, not many. Okay, I'm gonna plug in the CPU power though, because I need to get it out of the way here. Okay. I need to see how much space this one's gonna take. If I can just, oh yeah, I can just squeeze in the back there. That works perfectly. This doesn't need any SATA drives, so all good there. This one, front panel, I'm gonna route it underneath everything, and then push it through like up through this middle one, middle route, if I can, you know, not get caught in a power cable. Let's see here. I can get one through. Or well, USB-C, where's that? That one is actually going to be separate. Okay, I guess we're doing this one at a time. Okay, where's the USB-C at? Right here. Of which I'm going to route through and in. There. USB-C is plugged in. The rest is going to have to go in the bottom. So this is where you push everything through here. Okay. This is a mess, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a zip tie. If I can find where I put them. Where did I put them? Over here. We'll use the included ones. I don't have anything else right now. These are miniature though, so I have to get real bunched up here. Guess that means I don't have to cut these, but also makes it way more annoying to use. Okay, that makes it a little bit neater. This is gonna get annoying. That's the fan, so I'm gonna have to, where's the fan header? I can plug this, let me plug the 20+4 in. Go this way, I believe. Let me just pull that a little bit more. Good. I have to pull these cables individually because I zip tied first. There we go. Okay. These are all the cables that need to stay in the back, so. Now we got a fan header. Where's a fan header? Those are RGB headers. Where's fan 1? I'm actually gotta look around here. It might be at the bottom. Oh, it's like way in the corner. Okay, no, this is going at the bottom. Okay. Like with the rest here. Yeah. These fan things are... Oh wait, no, that's the daisy chain one. I actually grabbed the wrong fan. Are these all just bunched? Okay. mess with these fans a little bit. So this one connects, but it only has a SATA, so that one is where the RGB connects. That one is connected here and here, which is one of the ones at the bottom. Connects to this one, connects to this one. One of these needs to get unplugged, so hang on. I'm just gonna unplug all these fans here. I need to count. There should be 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Three of which are daisy chained. So what I need to do is leave one of these open with a Oh, so wait, is this just dumb then? Or something? Because what is this? Oh, that plugs into the LED switch. Oh, well there you are. Oh, so this is I guess if you have your own stuff, then okay, well, that's still not helping all too much, but does this just not have another run for the fans? This is, okay, this is kind of dumb. Wait. Am I just dumb, or is this just dumb? I can't tell. I need to sit down. Okay. So if I were to connect this with a SATA, right? Say I do that. So I'm just going to plug one in for like reference point here. If I can. Wow, this is a really tough connector. Doesn't want to go in. There we go. So that's plugged in. Now all this does is one route. Because it's built like that to only have one. So then that has to plug into one of the other fans here, which I guess I'll say is this one. This one plugs in here. So wait, one of these fans, can I take this front panel off? Does it come off or no? Oh yeah, it does. Looks like it does at least. Yeah, there we go. Okay, okay. Front panel does come off. That makes it easier to see what's going on here. Those two come from here. So, you know what? Let's remove the SATA one out of the equation here. Let's get that SATA fan out of the way. So this needs to stay. But then these don't connect. Is that what? What kind of motherboard in the big 2.5 has a okay, the fan header going the other way. The pins are always on the board. What? Okay. So I can plug in a couple of these, not all of them. And that's like the worst one to run. Am I just like missing a cable or something? Or what? I'm gonna look around. Um, hmm. This is a really dumb design. So I can get this up and running. I just have to not connect one of the fans, which is fine. And probably the RGB. That is a very dumb design. Okay. Alright, so let's just not connect the back one, I guess. I need to get an adapter for it. But okay, I need to see how I can okay, let's turn this around so you guys can see. That isn't a fan header. That's one. That's one. Why would one be there? I don't know. And that looks like it. Is that really it? Only two fan headers? So yeah, it's just this one down here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's just one down here. Okay. Okay, looks like I'm doing that. Okay, I'm gonna have to undo this Velcro tag on the top here. I have to get these undone. Okay, so what I have to do is pretty simple. Just connect. Okay. Just connect that. And then the last one can't because there's no other good connector. Also, no zip tie points here either. So just gonna stay buried under there, I guess. That's front panel. What's on the other side here? Oh, that's just a whole thing. Okay, am I just missing something? Oh, there's 3 things running from there. Okay, yeah. So what I have to do is get a little adapter, I guess, just to get the... That's Molex. I don't need Molex. I don't know what that's doing there, but... Okay. I don't need this. That is the RGB cable I don't need. Okay. These are just gonna... Are these both like a SATA Molex? Yeah, they are. Okay, so let's pick one. Use it to plug this in. So only one of these is going to be lit up, but oh well. There we go. Let me try and Velcro that down as much as I can. We can throw the front panel back in there. There, I can. I could try and route this one in here a little bit, if that were possible. I have to unplug this. Route some SATA power in through this. Okay, we don't need that per se, but we need the U. Okay, that looks ugly. Never mind. Okay. Okay. So Okay, so I'm gonna get these the extra cables that I don't need, and I'm gonna bunch them up. Where'd I put those zip ties? I lost them again. There they are. Okay, so I'm just gonna bunch up these cables here. Yeah, just these ones. Let me just try to... just like that. And then the classic method of put that in the back where it belongs, because it's never going to get seen again. This one is more of a kind of just tuck it in gently because it is being used. So we're just going to calmly route that way, but sort of not. Hard drive bay. There we go. That's where I was looking to put this. In the hard drive bay, so I can just route this over here. I'll kind of zip tie all that stuff together too, but... Now where did the front I/O go? I think it all just bunched in with this. LED switch will go up here. There we go. That's going to be an ugly run, I feel like, but unless I can... Where's the front I/O on this case? Right about through this route, so... Let me just route everything through there. And then, once that's routed, I can just kind of put you back with the rest over here. And while I'm at it, I am going to zip tie the bunch of these over here. Here, I can sort of pop this out a little bit. There. To make things a touch neater. Just a touch. There's a zip tie point right there I'm going to use. If I can grab the other end of this, sure I will, but... Okay, let's rotate this zip tie though. Okay. Makes it a little bit nicer. This one should be in here. Really. That's good enough. Did I route a PCIe through? Yeah, I did. Okay, that is as much routing as I'm going to do right now. Now time to plug some stuff in. Let's not do USB 3 first. Let's do HD audio. It's all the way over here. And I might route that one if I can. There's enough room. I don't think there's enough room actually. So we're just going to route it this way. Just plug that one in if it wants to. There we go. Why is only one of the front panel? Okay, it fell through, but oh no, it's right here. Okay, one of the front panel done. Where's the first USB 2, which is right there. I'll pull these cables back in a little bit once I get everything plugged in here. Bam. Okay, let me pull these cables back a little bit. Okay, specifically USB 2 we want to pull back a little bit. And the USB 3 we want to pull as much as we can. Okay, next up is front panel, because everyone loves the front panel, right? Power switch. Where's power switch on this? Power switch is these two right here. Oh, how I hate not having a block for this. Okay, HDD LED. Okay, so plus minus goes that way. And then HDD LED goes on the bottom. So here, we'll do it this way. Okay. And that's the front panel. Okay, let me get... I have my chat window open on here, so it's like I get an instant replay of everything. Okay, that's not the greatest look. I can make that work. I just gotta do a little bit more tweaks, but next we got the GPU. We've made it to the GPU. I have to get the IO covers out though. Let me just see. We're at these two, it seems. Yeah, we're at 2 and 3. What is this panel? This is an interesting IO cover on the back. It's like a little door. And it's gone. Okay. One IO cover. I think this is all just a dual. Yeah. Wouldn't think this CPU would have anything more than a dual. Okay. Push the thing back. Then we install the GPU. There we go. I think it's clipped in there. That's gone, but you know what? Whatever. Let's get that GPU screwed in. Okay. Let's get this door thing back in here. It goes on like this. You want to cover it as much as possible, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's plug in this GPU. And what we can do is we can try to kind of seal off the other connector here. Okay, this is annoying. Okay, that's slightly cleaner-ish. I'll just tuck it under here, maybe. Might help a little bit. Okay, that is technically done? Yeah? What I gotta do is clip some cables on the back here and clip some zip tie ends. Did I only use 2 in the back? I thought I used more. Yeah, I used 1 more. Okay. Okay. So, let me move these IO covers out the way. Okay. I need to fix that cable management in the back. It is my last thing. That's it. And by fix, I mean do this. Because it's honestly not the worst in the world. I've seen much worse cable management than this. So okay. Make sure those are tucked underneath. I am going to close the back panel. Not the front, but the only one that stays is the glass, or the that doesn't go on. Okay. We're gonna close up. Our side panels here. Okay. It's an aggressive snap. And then all we have left is to attempt a boot, just to see if everything's plugged in right. So that's what we're gonna do. It's not gonna look pretty right now, but oh well. You know, it's fine. I'll use the power cable it came with to test. Okay. Okay, power supply should be switched on. Oh, I saw something blinking. Let's see if we get at least a boot. Oh, RGB's on. Ooh. Well, at least I know that works. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. Maybe I did connect the fans wrong. Is it literally just all SATA powered? It might actually just be all SATA powered, wow. But hey, looks like it's working. I'll have to test it to get a post, but... Okay, before I end stream, I have to check the fans. Because if they just run at... with that power, then I'm just gonna fix that real quick. Because, I mean, come on, right? Okay, let's see. Let's unplug. Okay. Okay, unplugged. That's front panel. Okay, there is the rest of the fans. I just kind of had them wrapped around everything. Okay. Maybe I did have these routed wrong. I was just being dumb. Let's just plug this guy in. And then we see what happens if I click power once more. Actually, here. Just to make things easier on myself, we're going to do another around the back loop, or route. There. Okay, back panel back on, because that's how the fans were connected in the first place. So. Okay, hang on, I didn't. And it clipped something on the front case. Back panel's coming out a little bit, so I had to fix that. Those might have just been a mixed connector, just RGB and power. Do I have another zip tie? No? I have my own zip ties that I can use in the back here. The black zip tie, but it should be okay. I'm gonna tightly connect. All of this. And we clip. Don't worry about these cutters. They're old. And I couldn't find the other ones. Okay. Now, we've got power cable one more time. Grand finale here. Power cable, power switch, and 3, 2, 1. And then all the fans are spinning now. Would you look at that? RGB kicks on the RAM. What do you know? I guess it just runs at full speed then? It's weird, I guess, but okay. I guess the GPU spinning? GPU spinning. I think that's a completed build. I do say so myself. You can see up over there. This, for me, means a side panel close. Let's grab it. Is there plastic on the back or on the inside? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so now let's see how this goes in. Just kind of lines up and then slides. It's like a dual locking system. Okay, now get the satisfying peel. Oh, that one was satisfying. That one was satisfying. So there we go. And I think that, okay, maybe I didn't plug the LED switch in. But I think that's a good build. That's all I got. It is 9:40. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I think I'm done here for tonight. I'm just going to get this thing set up off stream. Anyone tuned in? Thanks for stopping by. Peace out.